Hello, Divine Souls. Myself, Pooja Jain from Punjab, Jalandhar. I'm talking in the about, today, merging soul, mind, body, and heart. First, let me introduce you about myself. I'm a spiritual seeker, and I'm working in the field of holistic sciences for the more than 25 years. I'm related with Pyramid Spiritual Societies, and I'm lucky to get the blessings of Brahm Rishi Shri Patriji sir. In the holistic field, I am teaching different holistic therapies and wellness therapies along with the future guidance through astrology, Vastu, numerology, tarot cards, angel cards, etc. My main domain is working in the field of energies. I work with energies. I love to work with energies. I love to channel cosmic healings. I to love to channel messages. The these things happens automatically. I think I'm the first one to introduce Reiki, a beautiful energy therapy on a government TV channel, Doordarshan. First time, perhaps in the year of 2004 or 5, and my programs spreading awareness for Reiki and meditation went to 85 countries. Those being broadcasted into 84 countries. And then I've been associated with Big FM 92.7. They also broadcasted my programs. I was on their panel list. I've been worked as a holistic expert on Jalandhar Doordarshan. Journey of my spirituality started with Reiki. After that comes into my life shamanism, past life regression, crystals, NLP, hypnosis, crystal gazing, and many other, therapies also. And in the field of wellness, I am a naturopath and an Ayurvedic Nadi Vaidya. Apart from this, I am a therapist in acupuncture, acupressure, auricular, and related fields. Meditation is my love. My mother basically initiated me into meditation, and then my guru, Jain International Acharya Dr. Shimuniji Maharaj, introduced me with a team of pyramid masters in the year 2005. And then from my home, a movement got started in Punjab for pyramid meditations. I'm very much thankful to my guru, Acharya Dr. Shimuniji Maharaj, Brahm Rishi Patriji, Asha ji, and Vanch. They have, given me this moment to have a talk with you on my favorite topic, merging mind, body, heart, and soul, creating wellness for all the four, and then becoming a one with your soul, with your ultimate goal of your life. The more compassion you will have for others, the more quicker there will be improvement in the mass consciousness. Focus on what you can control and accordingly acknowledge what you cannot control. What you can control, control that. What you cannot control, For that, seek help from the masters. Acknowledgement is must for our inner growth. When we do not acknowledge our shortcomings, we become one only with the ego, and ego is associated with our mind. If ego is there in the mind, we cannot open our heart. Love comes from the heart. Compassion comes from the heart. See that your heart is open and it is always open. It stays open. That you can use the heart energy for the Mother Earth. This is need of the time. And Mother Earth energy could move through your own heart. A mother likes to move through its skins to spread the universal consciousness. When we spread this universal consciousness, the whole scenario will change. You just see, many years back, Patriji might have started a movement, Dhyan Bharat, with only a group of people. And now that is globally spread. He has converted so many souls through his meditation, through his flute, through his messages. So this is how universal consciousness spreads through one person. He is the living example. And if we are unable to focus on our heart chakra, first connect with your breath. And if you are unable to connect with your breath to go deeper, then that means there is some blockage. The blockage might be in your chakras, blockage might be in your consciousness, blockage might be in your karmic bodies. So I recommend first you, if you are unable to concentrate on your breath, if you are unable to concentrate or focus in your meditation sessions, I will give you some technical hints also in between. I will like to recommend you that you go with first balancing your chakras, healing your chakras, creating consciousness in yourself. With my experience, there might be other methods also, but I will talk with you only about my experiences. So, with my experience, Reiki is the best to balance the chakras, to balance your energies. As I told you, my spiritual journey started with Reiki. After Reiki, I don't know, gradually shift started coming in my life, in my thought process, in my mind process, in my heart process, in the whole puja. This shift becomes very easy with Reiki. Reiki and meditation go side by side. Meditation helps in Reiki and Reiki helps in meditation. Let there should be no suffering. We must pray. Let there should be no suffering by any creature, whatsoever small size it is, except the things, the situations they choose and accept for themselves. Let they choose wisdom and let they have so much wisdom to choose peace, positivity in thought, mind, and body, balancing their yin and yang energies, creating peace on the earth. There should be goodness of thought and in their deeds and celebration. Celebration can happen only when there will be peace in mind. Otherwise, a person can feel alone sitting in a party, sitting amidst the crowd, but he may feel alone when there is no peace in his mind. So peace is the ultimate requirement for mind and soul also. We used to say, I'm a pure soul. Why we say that I am a pure soul? Because our soul loves purity. Our soul creates purity through the peace. And peace comes when it is all around us. Only then we can feel the bliss of peace with our inner self. Mind helps in creating such things. Mind helps in creating the peace. Mind we consider as master. Nowadays, the scenario is our mind controls us, but we should control the mind. Remote should be in our hands. When the remote is not in our hands, only then mind takes a step to control us. Mind is the activity of thinking, logic, reason, to form habits. Mind is an objective reaction. Mind creates the objective reactions. Mind creates the thoughts and thoughts creates the philosophies. And there is difference between mind and heart. Sometimes in layman's language, we take mind and heart one, but they're not one. Heart is the activity of the feeling self, using emotions, intuition, rejections, acceptance. Mind creates subjective reactions while, mind creates objective reactions while heart creates subjective reactions. All knowing is subjective. You know, we used to call our heart is very good. This is, here we are not talking about the physical heart. We are talking about the poetic heart. And poets are always related with emotions. We say she's kind from heart. So mind got such attributes: kindness, jealousy, hatred, some positive, some negative attributes. And these attributes are the basically attributes of heart. Mind express them through thoughts. Basically, these are the attributes of heart. So mind is a vehicle for heart's emotions also. And soul, what is soul? Soul is the interconnectedness between mind and heart. When our mind will be thinking good things or our higher heart will be having good emotions, either those are expressed through mind or mind's things are expressed by heart, then the soul gets the reactions. Soul is universal consciousness. Soul is universal energy, to which we call ki or chi or prana in Sanskrit. So soul is the universal energy, which is the ultimate essence of a being. Soul is who am I? Inside me, who am I? Soul merges heart and body. Though heart and body are different, but all operate within the same circle to create who am I. Body is this physical body only, as you all know. But mind activities based on heart and heart activities on based on mind, and soul is the ultimate creation. Soul likes, as I told you earlier, soul likes peace, soul likes purity, soul likes music, not only the music of uh, uh, the type we used to hear, music of nature, music of orchestra, music of flute, each and every type, music of Om. And you can hear Om when you are initiated with Om. You can hear Om in each and every sound. You can hear Om even when the fan is going on. From the fan's voice, you can hear Om. Even from the AC voice, you can hear Om. Even from the voice of, these spiders, etc. type of creatures those create, you can hear the Om from that also. Now, let's talk a little bit more about mind, because our life is totally gone by mind. Mind influences every cell, every organ, even our blood alchemy, functioning of the body, even aging of the body is also influenced by mind. Mind has the capability of reversing aging also. Our belief system, which is based on our mind, that is, which is based on our thought system, holds much more power on our body than even you can think of. Our health can be regenerated via our thoughts, our willpower, or via holistic energy therapies. As I told you earlier regarding another alternative or a holistic therapies, we can regenerate, we can recreate health, peace, abundance in our life by the integration of these therapies. I must tell you, these therapies create frequencies, vibrations in our body, in our atmosphere, in our surroundings. When there is disturbance in these frequencies, then problems or disease or malfunctioning occurs. With our energy, with our connectedness with the ultimate existence, we can create these frequencies to restore the balance in nature, in body, in our surroundings. Now, scientists have also worked on these things. Now, spiritual scientists have come up because scientists have started believing in spirituality now with efforts of great Brahmarishis like Patriji and many others also. So now there came a small, very small, this size device that is called frequency healing, that is made from Germany and FDA approved also. I use that device also, that is known by the name of Healing. You can, if you wish to know more details, you can ask me later on. So that machine also creates frequencies, that creates frequencies for, our organs, our chakras, our meridians, to balance them. So if some persons, those don't have belief in Reiki like therapies, like they think how it could happen. So I know most of you who are hearing this session are already healers, but maybe there may be some persons, those who are, having more activated logic brain, they might ask. Nowadays, it's not difficult when we are working with the television, with this mobile, with radars. It's not difficult to guess if these things can work without any wiring. This energy can also work. But even for those people, it's a very good device. And when you are busy, then also you can use Healy also. The mind and body are inseparable. If our mind creates a picture, that can manifest in our body also. Sometimes some people, read some article on the internet or in some magazine regarding some disease, and that get manifested in their body. And nowadays it's happening with corona daily. I'm having so many calls. They are having just sneezing. They are just having a regular, viral infection, which is already there, which happens every year. They are already having, normal headache, and they get a fear. Ma'am, is there corona in me? Is I got infected with corona? So our mind creates. I said, no, no, ma'am, I've heard that headache could also be a symptom of corona. So mind created headache also with fear of corona. So nowadays, it's for our, not only for our spiritual growth, for our wellness also, it's the time to know how we can merge soul, body, mind, and heart to create wholeness. Holistic word comes from the word wholeness. Holistic word is not related only with the wellness of body. It's such a vast word. It's related with the wellness of body as well as of mind, soul, and heart. If there is not wellness in the body, our mind could not work properly. If there is not wellness in the mind, our body cannot work properly. If there are negative thoughts in the mind, our heart couldn't get compassion. Our heart couldn't feel the beautiful emotions. And if all these things are not there, our soul could not get elevation. It could not ascend. So all these things are interconnected. We have to create the wholeness to create an holistic atmosphere. The mind and body are inseparable. The biochemistry of our body is the byproduct of awareness, beliefs, thoughts, emotions. Universal consciousness also impacts the mind. Merging the body, mind, and soul is to control the disharmonies, imbalances. Dis-ease, to balance the dis-ease, to create ease for the dis-ease, that is disease. For that, I would recommend to go to connect with your inner self. Only a healthy body can manage stress. Stress reaction can be triggered in a split moment also. Levels of cortisol or adrenaline are often found to be lower in long-term meditators. These are the hormones, cortisol and dopamine, which create depression, which create tension, which create stress. So these hormones are found to be in lower in meditators, long-term meditators. It's not you just sat for a meditation for 1 day or 2 days or 1 week and you will say, ma'am, nothing is happening. It will take a long time. It may happen immediately, but it may take a time. You have to have patience for this thing. They are more capable of coping with the stress. I'm talking about the meditators. So when stress is not there, person can work with his full capacity. He can use all the skills. But when stress will be there in his mind, he won't be able to use his brain fully. We often hear this thing that, oh, I'm in stress. I can't work properly. I need rest. I need a cup of tea. I'm in stress. So with stress, a person is unable to work fully. And if a long-term meditator is there, stress will not affect him easily. And if it will affect him, it will affect him for just only a few minutes only. He knows how to let go. Let go is very easy to say, but it's not easy to, manifest. It's not easy to follow. Here, I would also recommend you to go with the Ho'oponopono. And in Jainism, uh, even that happened a few days ago, a few days back, there is a ritual that is called Samvatsari. After 7 days penance, 8 days happens. There is a festival called Samvatsari. And after that, Jain persons ask for forgiveness from their knowns or unknowns, from all the creatures, from all their relatives, from all their friends, for the things they have done knowingly or unknowingly by hurting them in any manner, by, by words or by emotions or by actions. They ask for forgiveness. This is very beautiful, ritual of Jainism for asking forgiveness, because when we forgive others, we become light. Unnecessary negative energies goes from us. Even in spirituality, we do this Ho'oponopono and cord cutting process. That is same process. In other religions, there are also some things. Even in on Diwali, Hindus, they earlier they used to hug each other and exchange sweets. That is also for the main purpose was, if I have any enmity or I have any wrong intentions for you, please forgive me and accept my gift. Eid ul Fitr. So forgiveness is must for the elevation of our soul through our heart. If there will be burden on our heart, it will become overburdened with time. And when it will become overburdened with negative thoughts, how can it operate properly? Even stress affects the physical heart also. 55% of heartaches happen due to stress also. 50% cases of diabetes are related with stress. More than 80% cases of migraine and headache are related with stress. More than 80% cases of depression are related with stress. Mm, With meditation, we start going inwards. If it will be clear, then going inwards get easy. If we will be clearing the debris of negative thoughts, negative persons from our life by forgiving them, then going inside becomes easy. For a vehicle to flow with full speed, there must not be, debris or stones on the road. Even there is UCLA psychologist R. Keith Willis. He proved that besides its spiritual implications, meditation had profound implications. Meditation had profound effects on the body. Meditation increased inner calling and silence. When we start focusing on our breath, thoughts starts getting subdued. And when with meditation, there will be no thoughts, all the passage will be clear, there will be no debris of negative people's, there will be no stones or obstacles or negative memories coming from the negative incidents of the life, coming from the different people from the life. Then our mind can easily connect with our soul. Because soul is our consciousness, it's our self-awareness, it's our record holder of our past karmas. But we must erase the past memories ourselves from this life. That we can do. And sometimes there are so much profound karmas that we cannot connect with our past lives or with our soul. Then past life regression therapy and shamanic journeys are also helpful here. Soul is not our brain. This is not in our brain also. Along with our backup of memories of many births, along with backup of our sanskaras of many births, it is somewhere in the body. Or you can say it is everywhere in the body, in each and every cell of our body. There is connection between our heart and soul, our mind and soul, our brain and soul. Soul is our spiritual self and mind is material. Mind is based on, three elements. Those are mind, intelligence, and ego. Ego is I am only, me. Soul is who I am. Mind is I am only, because that is mind is based on our ego also. Mind is formless but very powerful. But we have to decrease the power of our mind by controlling our thoughts. Body and mind are correlated. For body, there is physical yoga. For creating wellness for the body, there is physical yoga exercises, the so-called today's yoga. But for mind, there is like yoga, breathing techniques, or many other meditative techniques. Shiva talked about many techniques in Vigyan Bhairav Tantra with Ma Parvati. You can choose any one of those techniques, whatsoever goes good with you. If your mind is in conflict, simply yoga will not happen. Yoga will not help. That is why Rishi Patanjali laid emphasis on traditional yoga with following its 8 principles. If you can control your breath, when anger is there, anger will decrease. Breathing rhythmically and consciously, anger cannot survive. Anger cannot overpower you. Same way happens with sexual passions also. They can also be subdued with watchful rhythmic breathing. This is what called mindfulness. Buddha talks about mindfulness and anapanasati. This is yoga awareness of the incoming and outgoing breath. Buddha guided begin from here, begin from the breath. When we become in our breath, our thought process gets controlled. Awareness of the thought process happens, and it will change when thought process will be controlled, we will be able to focus easily, and then it will change the quality of our mind. Meditation will change the quality of our soul. That is why meditation is called the food for the soul. There are many techniques of meditation that, as I talked earlier also, we can get started with breath, we can get started with our renewal consciousness, we can get started from our heart center, we can get started from our brain center, we can start concentrating from the tip of our nose also. We can start concentrating on the tip of this, the place of our third eye also. There are many techniques. Which technique goes better with you? Your master can judge or you can judge. Your master will judge this by looking at your aura. You all know about aura, I hope. Our aura has several layers. Those are known as bodies or planes, like physical, etheric, astral, mental, spiritual, cosmic, and nirvana. Physical body is our consciousness. You know how our physical body affects? If your stomach is upset, you will get different type of dreams. If it is upset due to pitta aggravation, you will get different type of dreams. In some other session, I will discuss, may discuss with you in detail about dreams related with our health or our mental or emotional aspects or paranormal dreams also. In some other episode, it will go long here. In our etheric body, with our etheric body, we can travel, we can have visions. This is unconscious realm. We can have out of body experience. Sufis have created perfumes to create visions. For different type of visions, they have different type of perfume. Itra. Itra is very much related with Sufism also. Go deep in meditation. When you go deep in meditation and see colors, visions, smell, music, that is coming through your etheric body. Dreaming of your gurus, like some people have visions of Mahavatar Babaji, some people have visions of Jesus, some people have visions of Mahavir Swami or any other Tirthankara, some have visions of Sai Babaji or Krishna. They all happen in our etheric plane. Then astral plane. When we do astral travels, we do past life journeys during our meditation or our dreams. We go beyond time. That is coming from our astral plane. Then fourth, we have mental plane. Past, we can know from for past or for future from here. Living in now. Past, present and future both belong to the fourth plane. When we get connected with fourth plane, our wishes starts getting materialized. You think of a chocolate and suddenly your friend will come bringing a chocolate for you. Or you think of a friend's call and her call will come. You think of going somewhere for a picnic and your parents give you a call, we have booked the tickets for you. All these manifestations comes from the fourth plane. But we should not get connected here. We should not get this, illusions of manifestations here. Because only small manifestations will happen here, not the big one. Small things, only small manifestations. You're thinking of something, suddenly that appears on the net. You all are healers and meditators. You might be getting these manifestations more often in your life. Then comes the fifth body, from where there the Mahabharata or Ramayana like epics are created. That is the fifth body. Sixth is the cosmic body. Here you lose all distinction. And then comes the seventh nirvana body. Here you jump into nothingness. Here drop becomes ocean, drop dissolved. Drop becomes ocean at the seventh nirvanic body, and drop gets dissolved. No separation is there. No separation is there. Becoming oneness is there. So, but most of the time we are connected with our only physical plane. In physical plane, we are eyes oriented. Eyes are more important than ears. 19% of consciousness resides in our eyes. Buddha said we spend more energy through our eyes than through our activities. When you go on a road and you look at the hoardings only, you will feel tired. When you're reading only, even then your eyes get feel tired. Take your vision inside. We will be doing a meditation to take our vision inside to get connected with our heart center. Because with the breathing, we can control our mind by observing our breath or with our rhythmic breathing, with our conscious breathing. We control our thoughts and we control our mind. Then we have to activate our heart center also to spread the consciousness, to spread the awareness, to create the mass consciousness. And with our heart centeredness, I will today you know, help you to do a technical exercise to go into deep meditation, a different type of meditation it is. When there is chaos, we can't meditate. As I said earlier also, peace is must to go inside. It's a circle. When peace is there, we go inside, we will create more bliss. But when there are some emotional disturbances are going in life, I'm talking this particularly when there is, so much misery, corona has spread all over the world. There is misery in many persons' life now. They have lost their near dear ones or known persons. Their heart is aching. Even my heart is also aching. Daily I'm hearing about the news. So for such people, I would recommend do this meditation today. And I must thank my Guru Osho also, who has created very, great meditations for catharsis also. You can get connected with me also to know those meditations. With catharsis, we can, get our all the emotions out. Through catharsis or through gibberish meditations, through dynamic meditations, we can get over all the things down to finally get connected with our breath. But today we are going to get connected with the heart. So I hope all of you are ready. Sit properly, sit comfortably, relax. You can sit in any manner. You can lie down, you can sit on a chair, you can sit on a floor, in any manner. Be relaxed. It's very simple exercise. Be relaxed. When you will be doing the meditation, no outer voice will be disturbing you. You will be connected only with my voice and the music so that you can hear your inner silence. eyes closed. Our physical eyes will be closed, but we will be looking with our mind's eyes in this meditation. Take a long deep breath and release. One more long deep breath and release. One more long deep breath and release. Going deep into the silence. First, just keep observing your breath in a normal way. Now you are taking a very normal routine breath. This sound is deep penetrating in you. Sound is deep penetrating you to taking you in a deeper and deeper silence. This is a very holy sound to create a great positiveness around you. Going deeper and deeper and deeper. Going deeper and deeper and deeper. Take your vision inside. Now try to see with your closed eyes. There is darkness. There is blackboard of your consciousness. There is darkness. And now with your mind's eye, start writing ABC, alphabets A, B, C, and then D on that blackboard. A, B, C, and then D on that blackboard. To leave the mind, breath is ultimate. Another way is sound, connected with the sound. Sound is created by phonetics. Phonetics are one way to create the sound. Phonetics make the words. Words makes the thoughts. Thoughts let the mind to work. And mind works and creates beliefs. And these beliefs create philosophies. This meditation is given by Shiva to Ma Parvati. Getting connected through the sound of phonetics. You have written A, B, C, and D with your eyes closed on the blackboard of your consciousness. Just repeat this sound in your mind. A, B, C, and D. A, B, C, and D. A, B, C, and D. Imagine A, imagine B, imagine C. Now imagine D. Write clearly, aesthetically, slowly. Imagine clearly A, B, C, and D. Imagine A, B, C, and D. Imagine with your closed eyes, with the eyes of your mind only, with your inner eyes. A, B, C, and D written clearly. You can give them any color of your choice. You can give them brilliant colors. You can give them soft colors. You can give them illuminated colors. Give them the colors. Now, keep concentrating on these alphabets and try to hear the sounds. Now, connect your ears also and try to hear the sound. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Repeat it. बी सी एंड डी। दूर से आ रही है आवाज। डी ए बी सी डी। कानों से सुन रहे हैं, बंद आंखों से मन की आवाज को सुन रहे हैं अपने कानों से। ध्वनि के साथ इतने get connected with your sound. Get so much connected with your sound. Get so much rhythmic with your sound that you becomes a sound. You become a sound. You are becoming sound. Now feel the sound. Now feel the sound. Feel the sound. Feel the sound. Feel what comes with you when you hear the sound of A. What comes in your mind? Feel what comes in your mind when you say A. See the feeling. When you say A, what feeling comes? When you say B, what feeling comes? When you say C, what feeling comes? Different people will have different type of feelings. When you say D, what feeling comes? Be aware, feel, and be aware. And now leave all the emotions related with the words. You may leave all the sensations related with these words. Go deeper and deeper and deeper for the last few seconds. Go deeper and deeper and deeper. Go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Go deeper and deeper and deeper. No word, no sound, nothing is there. Only you and your inner silence is there. Only you and your inner silence is there. Just for 1 second more, last 1 second more. Go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And now connect with your inner self. There is peace. Peace is everywhere. There is peace. Peace. Peace and peace. There is outer peace. There is inner peace. And you are connected with the bliss of your own inner self. Connectedness with your own inner self. Slowly, slowly come back to your awareness. Slowly and slowly come back to your awareness. The sound will bring you back. The sound which has taken you inside, this very sound will taken you out now. And this is the last bell which is taking you out. Come out. Come out. Slowly, slowly come out. Rub your hands. Touch your eyes softly like a feather. You have clearly witnessed that how the words, how the phonetics, how the sounds dissolve into the silence to get connected with your heart. This way, you can connect with trees, stones, nature, river, flowing water, chirping birds. This way, you can get connected with objects. And then slowly you can slip into the inner silence. Thank you very much for with me. Thank you very much, Vani. Thank you.